What's up, guys? It's Justin Miller from Horror Vibe Studios. I'm here with my pal Travis Chambers from Paranormal 28, and tonight we're just gonna have a sit back and chill, relax night. Last weekend we missed our investigation due to we were at Total Terror down in Powhatan, Virginia. They had the little county fair going on, so we kind of recapped on that, and you can go back on Horror Vibe Studios and check that out. But tonight we're going to be talking about our own paranormal experiences. Yeah.
So, a little recap on the first and second episode. Our first episode, we came across at least one skinwalker, one entity, and 10 spirits total. Now, of course, with any scientific investigation, numbers can change right off, but what I later on learned is that skinwalkers, being that they have certain abilities, they can turn themselves invisible. So that's a neat piece of information to know. And also, they tend to use entities to guide you into a certain area. Remember, we were in that certain area where it was behind us and we heard all that scratching?
Yeah, and it kept making us going deeper and deeper into that trail.
If we would have stayed there longer than what we did, it would have probably made itself known.
It did with all the scratching.
It could have made itself known with more in a physical sense. We would have seen it.
So let's tell these guys what happened when we turned the cameras off and we were setting up to get ready to leave the location.
Okay.
So basically, we were standing there, I was getting the camera equipment done, packed up, get ready to go. And Travis saw me, jump. I don't know exactly what it was or what happened. I know I was wearing a coat and a long sleeve shirt. I felt a burning sensation on my back. I pulled my shirt up and I told Travis, I said, "Hey man, what's wrong with my back?" What was on my back?
It was one scratch going down his left shoulder blade.
Yep.
And the reason why I did that is because I was in the middle of cleansing out the area. To anybody that's never been paranormal investigations into that type of stuff, this stuff is fun to do, but it also has its risk. And we never take this stuff lightly. So you have to have those you have to have your cleansing precautions set up when you do this type of stuff. So
yeah,
my stuff involves sage, salt, obsidian, certain things like that.
Obsidian.
Yeah. So
yeah, I got the black salt as well. And the sage right here.
And I accompany that with a lot of different prayers that I do. And so I started researching, why did he get scratched while I was doing this? Well, an entity like a skinwalker or just a bad entity, the person that's doing the cleansing is they're not going to mess with you because you got the cleansing stuff in your hands. They went for him because they saw him not doing the cleansing part of it. So that's why they went after him. So.
And I said I was sorry. I was just putting the cameras away.
So.
But we did take precautions, and we did, we did the sage and we did the oils.
Mm-hmm.
We did everything that we could to keep myself cleansed as well.
Yep, all bad energies were destroyed that night. There was nothing tethered to him.
Yeah, for sure.
So to go forward from there to the second episode, the first episode was pretty eventful, but that second one was a doozy.
With Joe in it.
Yeah. Joe Owen, he's a good friend of mine. I've been knowing him for a couple years.
I just met him that night, man, and I felt like I've known him for years.
Yeah, Joe Owen.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
And Joe Owen, as you saw a little bit of what he gave you, he is a conduit himself. He can send some, so he's got a pretty good wit about him when it comes to the spiritual side of things. But the stuff we got that night, that was some pretty sketchy stuff.
Yeah. We were at, what was it, Lee's Retreat.
Mm-hmm.
A part of Lee's Retreat.
Yeah.
On Civil War, battlefield property here in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Man, when it said General Lee on that spirit box, man, that was crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, I've never experienced something so spot on with what we were doing, doing investigations and all that kind of stuff. Like, that really kind of woke me up to, I need to start doing this more, you know what I mean? Just to see what the other side is like. Just to study the other side, I should say.
Because the thing is we never said General Lee. We just said Lee's Retreat. I mean, Lee's Retreat could be anything.
It could.
And
it could.
It came right through the spirit box, General Lee. And as you saw in the last episode, it did it when the camera wasn't recording. And that's the thing you got to take note. These spirits, they know how to mess with you. They will do things when you are not recording.
Yes. It was crazy. I was changing the battery on the camera, which I don't know why. I should have just had the extra battery ready to go. I need a power pack. I don't know what it is, but it opened my eyes as a new film. How would I say? I wouldn't say filmmaker, but it opened my eyes to, if you're paranormal investigating, always keep the camera rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Because you will miss out on the most important things that, people would say that, oh, it didn't say that. I heard it.
Well, as you can see in the episode, he did have it on where it was circled around where...
Yeah, screenshotted, yeah.
Yeah, he did have that.
But man, you should have seen y'all's faces.
Yeah.
I think my face was very priceless.
Yeah.
But like when we heard General Lee come out of the spirit box, we all were like, "What? Yeah. What did it just say?" And we literally packed it up. Let's head out. I mean, it was that active. It was pretty fun. Pretty fun.
You also had one come through the spirit box that backwards, and you were walking backwards.
Yeah, that one kind of freaked me out a little bit because I felt like the presence behind me the whole time, and I wasn't too sure if there was something back there because we're kind of like near the woods and a church and all this stuff, but the presence, it felt like something was behind me the whole time. And then the spirit box said backwards, and I was walking backwards as I was filming. So that shocked me.
Yeah, we were dealing with a very intelligent entity, and what we caught was, if I remember correctly, 21. So there was roughly an entity out there with us, plus 21 spirits, and some of them were civilians. And as you caught on the episode, some of them were hung from some of those trees that Joe had pointed out. Some of them were soldiers.
See, that was crazy, too, because he kept saying, I don't like these trees, I don't like these trees. And then I always try to figure what tree was he talking about. But there was literally one dead tree. Just one dead tree around all the live trees.
There was only one dead tree in the entire field.
And you couldn't, get to it. Because it was so, brushed off with thorns and all the, the brush from the woods. So, yeah, that was a fun night. That was very active. Yeah. Very, very, very active.
Definitely a very active night. But once again, we did take our precautions. We said our prayers. We did our permission rites before we entered, and we did our cleansing. We did our cleansing stuff after we ended the investigation. But the entity that we encountered, I've actually encountered that before. This was from my second paranormal experience. We were investigating the area not too far from the location we were at, and as soon as we got to leaving that area, I felt a strong presence right across the road from me. It was the strongest that I've ever felt in my entire life. I mean, that thing was like, it was like dead eyes. Couldn't see it, but I could sense it. Something was just there. You know, you get that feeling when something is watching you, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. And
I've had those feelings before as well.
But times that by 10.
Yeah.
So
see, if I physically see something, like when we were out there, you know, we've heard the cannon fire before.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the muzzle flashing before. But if I see something, are you talking about the crawler?
Yeah.
So I've heard this story before. If I seen something like that come after me, gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah. Luckily,
no camera, gone.
Luckily, I've never seen it, but the people that I was with years ago when I first encountered him, they unfortunately saw him. He's all black, very long, slender, crawls on all fours, and where his mouth is, there's no mouth. It's just a gaping hole. Where the eyes should be, there's no eyes. It's just gaping holes. How it was described to me as we were making the track back down the road from the location we were at, he actually followed us. And we pulled out our protection stuff. We pulled out our crucifixes and our cross, and it slowed him up a little bit, but you could still sense that he was following. Well, we approached at a location that had a big cross at the end of it, and as soon as he saw that cross, he jumped on the side of a vehicle and rode it back up the road. That was described to me in detail. So that was one of my experiences prior to Paranormal 28.
That's crazy, man. I've had experiences before. I've never really gotten to like the investigating part of it until I started, you know, helping you guys with the filming and everything for it. I was more into like, when I seen it, I was at an old house staying with a family member, and they had this one particular like spirit. They called him Mr. Potts. And, you know, my cousin said don't get freaked out if you see something unusual. And the craziest part that I remember is seeing the door close. I woke up in the middle of the night. The door closed. I thought it was my cousin. He got up out of, you know, where he was sleeping at. And say I went to go follow because it kind of freaked me out that he said if you see something unusual, don't get scared. So that was already kind of running through my mind, but I thought it was him. Well, the way the room was, the beds were like this, and I was on this one, and he was on this one closest to the door. Well, I saw the door close like somebody had just left out of the room. Didn't even look to see if my cousin was in the bed. I just immediately got up, walked out of the room, tried to follow to get out of there. Well, I looked down the steps. I saw a top hat and like a I wouldn't say a trench coat, a black cloak. I don't know what it was, but it was like the shadow of it, or I was just seeing stuff because I was a kid. I don't know, but it went down the hallway, freaked me out instantly. I thought it was either his grandpa, one of his like uncles or family members or whatnot. I didn't know what it was. So basically, I ran up back to the room to see if my cousin was in there.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin was in there. He was asleep. You know, I kind of stopped thinking about it until I fell asleep. And then I woke up. I remember I wanted to go home, which I couldn't at the time because I was so young. And they were like, oh, you're just having a bad dream and stuff like that. And that wasn't the case. I know what I saw. I was there. I synced it with my own two eyes. No, but that experience kind of freaked me out a little bit. And then ever since then, you know, they always kept talking about, you know, this guy, Mr. Potts, and his grandfather took us down to Mr. Potts' grave site, and that's what made the story even crazier. And that house was around when the Civil War was around as well, down there in Petersburg. Yeah, man, other than that, that was probably my craziest, you know, seeing a spirit or whatever you want to call it. That experience right there alone was pretty crazy. But the stuff I've been going with you guys on, yeah, it just gets more interesting and interesting. It doesn't really scare me like it used to. It's more of like, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, well, when you have the tools and you know how to properly protect yourself and cleanse yourself, it becomes less scary and more entertaining. But like I said in the beginning of this, there is still some risk there, and we have to take precautions. We don't take this stuff lightly.
Yeah.
Another experience, and I don't think I've talked about this, but I didn't get into paranormal investigating on my own. I didn't start doing this on my own. Like, I didn't say, oh, I want to start this. Actually, my mentor actually taught me this stuff. Great guy. You could call him up any time of day just to talk with him. Great guy. You know, he's the type of person that he's always going to be there for you no matter what. So, he trained me on how to sense, use your gut, how to properly cleanse. He's just when you think he's all out of knowledge, he's got more for you like that. So I was in his residence, and we went in his back room. And his little back room, his little office area, was separated from the rest of the house. Well, we were the only two people in the house, and he had his door shut. Well, we were just sitting there hanging out, just talking. Next thing you know, we heard something run at his door and then hit the door, just bang. And when I have conversations about that day with him, I often compare it to, remember that movie, The Cable Guy with Jim Carrey? He's running at the door and he hits the door real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I compare it. I said, I guarantee you, I said, if we'd have turned on the ghost box, you'd have heard ouch come through the ghost box. So, that was another crazy experience, and that was the first time that I've actually heard the paranormal noises like that. I've always sensed them, smelled them, but that was the first time that I've actually heard something ran into the door like that, heard it, opened up the door, looked in the rest of the house. The house is completely empty. We're the only two people there. And something just hit the door trying to get in. Yeah, so that was a pretty unique experience there, most definitely. Any other experiences you've had yet?
There's one I don't really talk about because everybody calls me crazy for it. Which I could have just been seeing things, but ain't no telling. So, back again when I was younger, when I was living with my parents, shout out mom and dad, had to do that. So my mom used to go to work fairly early. Like, I would say probably 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Usually she'll open the door and check on me and my brother. So basically, the door creaked open. I saw a figure in the door. Thought it was my mom. I was staying up late. I shouldn't have been up that late, but we were kids. I saw a figure at the door. Well, I was actually hungry. So I yelled for Mom. I was like, Mom. No answer. Mom. No answer. So I was like, all right, let me go out there and go talk to her. So I opened the door. Didn't see her. She was walking down the hallway, but it was late,
Mm-hmm.
It was dark, and our hallway was kind of long, and I saw, her, or the figure, I want to say figure, it kind of like ran off into like my living room, because how it was my hallway, and then it was like my living room and then kitchen. It ran off to my living room, so I tried to go to the side of the kitchen. I thought it was my mom, so I say, Mom, I'm trying to call for her. No answer. I look in the corner, it's just standing there. Couldn't tell you what it was. Don't know what it was. Ran in my room crying. Yep. It wasn't my mother. I can tell you that. It wasn't my mother.
No.
It was just a figure. I couldn't tell you what it was, honestly. It was just a figure of like a human body.
Now, the outline of it, did it look sort of like your mom, the outline when you first saw it?
Kinda. Yeah, when I first saw it, yeah. I mean, it looked a little tall for what it was. That I can remember.
There are some stories out there about a particular entity. It's not good, but there is a particular entity called a doppelganger. They take form of people that we know to lure you in.
So a doppelganger ain't somebody that looks like you. It's actually a spirit.
It's an entity that is taking form of something else.
Huh. That's
So
interesting.
now, did your mom come down the hallway?
I think she had already left.
Okay.
That's what freaked me and my brother out. Because my brother was like, she already left. And I said, no, she didn't. And my brother said, look what time it is. And it was actually not 3:30, 4 o'clock. It was more like 5:30 in the morning. That's what freaked us out even more.
Yeah. It's a good thing that you ran back to your room
Oh, of course.
and
of
not
course.
go any further, because that probably would have ended bad.
Yeah, my father was actually asleep in the bed. Because I thought it was my father messing with us at first. And then when I told the story to my father, he was like, you're just having a nightmare. I wasn't messing with you guys. I wouldn't be up on my day off. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So that... Everybody thinks I'm crazy for it, but...
There are spirits that will take form of other things or people. And they do it, unfortunately, to lure you into certain positions that you don't want to be. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I wouldn't be in that position.
Any more experiences? That's about it.
No, I had a creepy experience.
Okay.
It was at the fair last week.
Hey, I remember that.
Here's our mascot.
Yep.
This is the Horror Vibes mascot, everybody. Meet Fred.
Yeah, we got a decent amount of signatures on here.
Yeah, from the Total Terror, the haunted attraction.
Yeah, we got, let's see what we got here. We got Chip Wales. That's the owner and operator of Total Terror. Great haunt. Go over there and check them out. We got Jacob Wales. That's the son of Chip Wales. And we got Bozo the clown. Oh, Bozo.
Old Bozo.
Yep. And look at this right here, right on the forehead. Dahlia. That character is something else.
Poor Fred. Poor
Yeah.
Fred.
Yeah, he's literally been touched by Dahlia.
Yeah.
I think Dahlia, he also works with Total Terror.
Yes, yeah.
Great actor, Dahlia.
Hey, Bozo is too.
Yeah, Bozo's definitely one of a kind.
So is Fred. Fred's a little shy right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's our mascot. We're going to be getting into doing more on the Horror Vibe Studio side of I'm gonna tell you guys about what we're about. We're actually about filming, film editing for haunt actors, haunted houses. So basically, when we go out to interview, which I have Travis here helping me with, we're gonna get the actors that we interview to sign old Fred. He's not kosher though, so don't listen to him. But yeah, old Fred, he's pretty scary.
But he is a sweet pickle, though.
He is a sweet pickle. Bread and butter, baby.
Yep, bread and butter. Any more experiences?
Honestly, those are my only really two. Besides the ones that that they have seen that I've went out with you guys.
Yeah. Well, guys, it has been a pleasure talking with y'all. Stay tuned for our next episode. And be sure to check out Horror Vibe Studios. He's the owner and operator of it. And then Paranormal 28.
You're the host. You're the host of both.
Yeah. Him and I work together on a lot of different stuff.
He's a great speech person. He likes to talk. He's pretty good.
Yep. So, and also, I got to give a shout out to Total Terror. Y'all did an awesome job last week.
Even though I got wet.
Yeah, definitely got me with a couple things.
Got soaked.
Yeah, I saw you got soaked.
And then he threw the plunger in my face.
So, y'all go and check them out in October because it's a great haunt. And I got a feeling in October it's going to get even greater. So, y'all stay tuned for the next episode of Paranormal 28.